How you doing, YouTube? I'm Max. This is my affirmation video from a book I've been writing through the Napoleon Hill Foundation. It's called 3 Feet from Gold, and I basically just copied the book here as my affirmation, and this is my affirmation video that I'm repeating back to the camera. And this is chapter C. I'm gonna have to repeat that. I'm gonna have to say it again. I just make these videos. They're my affirmation videos, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, this is chapter 17. Don't quit. Don't quit. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. That's what Napoleon Hill said. Don't quit. Chapter 17. And I'm just going to read it to you, and it's like I'm telling a story. Their stories. So, yeah. You can just listen. As we walked out into the corridor, Greg's mind raced once again, and he was putting away his notepad and literally bumped into a man outside the door, spilling out the stranger's coffee. "Excuse me." The startled guest said in a humorous tone, seemingly unfazed by the incident. "My fault. I should have been watching where I was walking. Are you enjoying the event?" Greg smiled commonly. "And actually, I'm going to miss it. I just came to speak with the keynote speaker before he went on. You should stay. You should stay. I want you to stay." The next guy is really good too. He speaks of powerful direct selling. The man responded, and as he straightened his tie from the earlier collision, "Thank you very much for that," took a W. "He does a program based on realizing success by helping others to achieve their dreams." "That's great. But that wouldn't be for me. I don't like these multi-level marketing schemes." "I hear you," the stranger replied. "Thought the same thing myself. Thought that was a course until I met the right group and got involved. This business has been totally changed. My life." "Really?" "Yes, absolutely. Look, direct sales and network marketing may not be for everyone or everybody. There you are. However, a very positive driving force in our country and around the globe. What do you think is more powerful, being pitched into something on TV or having someone you know and trust recommend a product or service?" "Naturally, a friend, I suppose." "Well, then you've got that, and that's that easy. Imagine being paid every time you recommend a book or movie or anything else that you enjoy. I'd be a millionaire." Greg laughed. "Many people in these organizations are just that. They have become successful by simply helping others to achieve what is important to them. The greatest compensation by sharing others' excitement about their product or service. Then when the person just sits there and shares with someone else, they again receive compensation for that, being the catalyst that gives them the buzz. This is what really calls residual income, sharing something once and then getting paid for it over and over and over and over again. And over again. The bonus, thanks for the bonus, multiple bonuses, is that you are mentored by the person who brought you into this book business, and that you have an opportunity to pass it by becoming the mentor to the people that you bring into the business. We are all agreeing and answered in consideration that you have heard myself, the stranger, continue. Now that we have the perfect company, one that I could believe in, and one that I would support in becoming successful, my entire world has shifted. My entire world will change." Greg stared at him with an expression of doubt. "No, really," the man said. "The positive change in my life is amazing. It's hard to imagine that, oh my, that I make a great living by helping others to do the same. The best part, however, is that the feeling I get of making a difference. While so many people out there are only focusing on what's in it for them, my company makes it a point to apply the Zig Ziglar philosophy. To get what you want, you have to have. To get what you want, you have to help. You have to be there. You have to be a people person." In a sincere gesture, Greg thanked the stranger for the enlightenment as they shook hands and parted his ways. It was something that he had not expected. For the first time, he saw a direct sales industry from a different perspective. His mind was as in the usual overdrive. It was rather funny. He actually, because of attempting to do the same thing himself in a different medium, write a book and get paid for sharing it, others, was sharing it with others, and was doing that with others, and was doing it with someone else, in which it was compensated over again in additional book sales. What's a great way to do business, he whispered, and it allowed that epiphany that happened at the beginning of the year for me to decide to start doing this YouTube channel. As he slid into the cab, he was on his way to his next appointment. Thinking and helping others, his mind automatically shifted at David with his cell phone stuck in his ear. Greg was pleased that David answered on the second ring. What's happening, bro? What's happening, bro? It's another day, a good day to be sober, a good day to be alive. How about you? How about you? How about that? Greg still couldn't get over the change in David. As a kid was adopted brother, he had been one to investigate games and challenges, the first to ask a girl out on a date, the first to join a debate team, the one who got the higher marks in all the classes, a leader but not a follower. A leader, not a follower. Over the past several years, he had seemed to fade into the background due to his addiction of booze. The addiction had been subtle at first, then it had been oversteered into a defining factor in his life. Greg had come to that point in which he hated alcohol and what it had done to him. When despised David for letting it take over his life. Now just tone of a voice that came over the cell phone, since David had been out of the rehab and working into the story sober since was his relapse. It was so different at the time in which was constituted a miracle. Greg found himself saying in silent prayer, thanks for his incredible phenomena. David told him about the people he was meeting in the recovery of the alcoholics and the addicts like himself, who found a new way of life, who were determined not to let this second chance or anything or anyone or anything get in the way. Try. These days, as I slipped through in the minutes and the phase, years of not talking about the problem that had been between them, they both knew that the road still had plenty of boulders in it, but hopefully David now had the skills and new friends to help him make better choices along the way. I'll run to a meeting, David said with genuine enthusiasm. With genuine enthusiasm, I get to help others and set up chairs, my invisible counselors. Somebody told me to do simple things that make all the difference. After all, somebody had to put me in a chair for me before I ever showed up at my first meeting. It didn't just happen. No, it didn't just happen, Dave. Greg, I agreed. And if only his brother could see the smile that was lighting up his face right now in the back seat of his taxi cab. That was a chapter from 3 Feet from Gold. Chapter 17, Don't Quit. Napoleon Hill Foundation, 3 Feet from Gold, Chapter 17, Don't Quit. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. And that's what Napoleon Hill said. I'm Max, and I hope you're listening to my story through the Napoleon Hill Foundation, and I appreciate you, and I hope you're listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.